cracking myself up with this subject. Oh my goodness, this thing's going all by itself. Okay, so we're out here. I managed to pull all of my garlic, pull it all up, and it's looking pretty good. So I need to clean it off. You guys are gonna have to bear with me because I have to multitask today. All right, so by now you guys have already probably watched the video. You know that we are indeed moving, sort of. We bought a house in Florida, a small house. It's still a tiny house, and it is a very tiny yard. The benefit of that is that we can have a much more leisurely life, being old, retired farts. So, oops, that's done. So anyway, I've had a bunch of people ask me, now that we are kind of backing off of tiny house life. We're not backing off. We're not backing out of tiny house living. We love our tiny house. We absolutely love it. But like I said, the winters are brutal. So we've had a lot of people ask, now that we're sort of coming to the end, or what are we doing? We're not leaving tiny house life. We're just reducing it to the fun summer months, which is when, we want to be here in Maine anyway. We like the winters so long as we can stay inside, but the cold has really gotten to both of us, and we're done with the winters. We may come back for the occasional winter, but I don't know. Anyway, I digress again with my storytelling. I've had a number of folks ask, now that we're coming to the end, essentially, of tiny house living full time. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, isn't it? We are finishing living full time, tiny. Do we have any regrets? Is there anything that we would have done differently? Regrets? Absolutely not. I think going tiny was one of the smartest things we have ever done in our lives. We went tiny primarily so that Mitch could retire. He had a really stressful job. He made a lot of money. But there are things that you just can't put a price on. You can't put a price on your quality of life. And his quality of life was not good. It was high stress. I mean, I could go on and on. But we moved here thinking, it would be 7 minutes from Mom. And as she got older and her health declined, we would be close. And Mitch would be here around. There's an excellent VA facility here, medical facility, Togus, for all of you military folks. I'm sure you have heard of Togus. Look at my hair. What is my hair doing? I just had my hair cut the other day. What do you think? Well, it's doing something weird today, but anyway, what we did not realize was that by the time we actually moved to camp, which is what it was our camp, that Mom already had cancer. I knew she was starting to decline, but I didn't know. We didn't know how sick she was. We didn't realize that. So, obviously, I don't regret being here. So no, we don't regret for a second going tiny. And that was 5 years ago. June 2019. Chipmunks are all busy out there collecting their nuts and what have you for winter. So anyway, no. Regrets? No. Would I have done some things differently? Oh, you bet your bippy. You bet your bippy I'd have done some things differently. The first one I want to tell you is I should have had our water checked before I white tiled everything and realized how much iron we have in our water, how many minerals and iron and all of that. I have since, fairly recently, discovered a method and a cleaning product that does work and take iron, removes iron stains, and it's actually called Iron Out. And you can get it right in your grocery stores in a spray bottle, right in there with your, glass cleaners and stuff. I'd never heard of it. Well, last spring, I have a realtor friend who told me about it. And I tried it, and sure enough. So that's one thing I'd have done differently. I would have had my water tested before I made my decorating choices. It's okay now, but I wish maybe I had done something a little differently. Another thing, right off the top of my head, was we did shiplap. Love the cottagey look of it. It's beautiful. We did white shiplap. We just left it white. In fact, it needs to be painted again. I'd have rethought that. And now that I realize a very big downfall of it, which I will tell you in a second, are you guys like seriously twisting sideways slowly? Anyway, when you do your routine cleaning and you go down and you wipe all of your flat surfaces, all of your horizontal surfaces? Do you know how many horizontal surfaces there are on a shiplap wall? Yeah, you got to go in pretty much with a toothbrush and dust every one of those, because if you don't, they stick out like a sore thumb. They look dirty. I would not have done shiplap again, and I probably will never again. That's a lot of work. Okay, now here's one that's going to probably be pretty obvious to you guys, but not for the reasons that you think. The composting toilet. The composting toilet didn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. Mitch, does all of the physical handling of that, so I don't need to mess with that. But I have a real phobia about bacteria. A real phobia. I'm paranoid about bacteria. I don't want anybody in my house to get sick, and it's not like, okay, I'm trying to be really delicate here. It's not like, you go in, you handle your business, you do your business, and then you'll have your, okay, let me strike this. Okay, I'm trying to be as delicate as I can. In our house, we call it your daily constitution. You know what I'm saying. And in a normal house with a septic or a sewer or whatever, you flush it, it's gone. That's not the case in a composting toilet. And it does not gross me out, but I do feel compelled, because of what it is. I feel compelled to clean that toilet almost constantly. That is a lot of work. That is a lot of work And when I say compelled to clean it, I feel like I want to clean that every time before I sit down. I just do. And then we have super duper sanitizing hand wash, you know what I mean? You know, the hand soap that I actually add rubbing alcohol to it because it freaks me out. Okay, so there's one. Okay, and speaking of bathrooms, one bathroom for the two of us became problematic over the years. I can never get into that bathroom. And vice versa. We are tripping over each other. It has been a good many years, probably since 1998. I mean, that's a long time ago. That was the last time we shared a bathroom. You know, we had a raised ranch, just one bathroom, family of 4, 5. Yeah, I think we were 5 at that point. Anyway, now, I mean, I don't even go in there and brush my teeth. I keep my toothbrush and stuff out. The only thing I do in there pretty much is the obvious and put my contact lenses in. Except today, I didn't put my lenses in. But one bathroom was problematic. I wish that I had the foresight back then to say at least another closet with just a composting toilet. You know, basically just a bucket and toilet seat would have been just fine. But two. We have 2 in the new house. The other thing that I regret, since we're talking about bathrooms, is I very quickly missed having a bathtub. You know, ladies like to bathe. And we know why. Not just for relaxation, but there are certain hygiene needs, cleaning needs. I'm cracking myself up with this subject. All right, so that's why I missed the bathtub. The other one is, and I think this is my last one, was the kitchen. I don't have an issue for myself, but Mitch likes to also be in the kitchen. And I just didn't foresee that. But, you know, I knew, you know, we were always in the kitchen together. You know, he likes to sous chef for me. He likes to sample. You know, it's a social thing for us, being in the kitchen. Well, that's very difficult. To continue doing that is difficult for both of us. You know, he's either beside me or he's on the other side of the bar or whatever. It's just not natural and fluid. You know what I mean? And because I'm the one that does 90% of the cooking, 95% maybe, because Mitch does cook, I didn't think about it. I thought, oh, I'm fine. So long as I've got the elbow room, you know, I'm fine. So, that's one thing. And that is pretty much it. Those are the only things I can tell you right now that I probably would have done differently. So hopefully if anybody is out there thinking about going tiny, I have a whole series on reasons to go tiny. Go check it out. I'm umming again. Okay, so you guys go check that out. Go check out the reasons to go tiny. I think there are a lot of reasons, actually. They're good, and they're all still apply. we already told you guys, go watch the last video to get caught up that we're moving. We're kind of moving. We're just going to be splitting our time in the two places that we really, really love. Because Maine is home. Maine is home. I know Mitch was born and raised in Indiana, but he's been here since he was 18 years old. And he's now 63. Except for when we were traveling around. But Maine is always where we've been coming back to. Because this is where my family is. So. And Maine is where we met. Maine is where we met. Can't remember if I told you guys the story of that or not. If you guys want to hear the story of how we met, I'll go in and I'll do another video for you guys. Oh, we have little chipmunks all over the place. Oh, you're so cute. No, get out of my garage. Oh my good Lord. Okay, so that's it. I'm finishing this video. And okay, so that's it. Finishing the video here. Please do, if you haven't already, please check to make sure that you are still subscribed, because I have been absent for a while and I know that I've lost quite a few subscribers that probably did not unsubscribe themselves. So just do me a favor and just go check and hit that subscribe button. Share it. Share the video if you wouldn't mind, because that helps the numbers. And I'll see you guys all next time. Have a great day.